Class 0214, today as they have put their best mountain efforts forward. These who have rose to meet the challenge and did not find themselves wanting. May their hard-won achievement inspire each of us to renew our commitment to serving with efficiency and honor. Grant us the determination to individually and collectively to live as one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. For it is in your holy name that we petition this day. Amen.
WLC MOS non-specific 22-day course, which requires soldiers from combat arms, combat support, and combat service support to interact and work together as a team. These leaders now have a better understanding of how each MOS is vital to the combined arms team. Please direct your attention towards the screens as we play a video about the NCO Corps and of WLC Class 02-14 training throughout the course.
Officers and will all times conduct myself so as to bring credit upon the Corps, military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I find myself.
I will not use my grade or position to attain pleasure, profit, or personal safety.
Standard and discipline. It's about leadership, empowerment, and good decision making. We diligently train, support, coach, and mentor to achieve a disciplined practice of our duty.
Competence is my watchword. My two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind.
Accomplishment of our mission and the welfare of our soldiers.
I will strive to remain technically and tactically proficient.
The NCO is the most important job that the Army has. Because your job as a non-commissioned officer is to take care of soldiers, put their needs above your own.
It's not a job, it is a profession, it is a way of life. We live the Army values daily, setting a foundation for soldiers and junior leaders across the Army, developing them through the NCOES system and to mentor them through our military experiences, which essentially gives the soldiers a foot in the door to lead by the right example.
I am aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer and will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role.
All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership.
We know our soldiers and will always place their needs above our own.
As I mentor those new NCOs that come up through the ranks, they understand that not only is leadership fundamental, but they also understand that it's their task to pass on that knowledge to the next generation.
I will communicate consistently with my soldiers and never leave them uninformed.
I will be fair and impartial when recommending both rewards and punishments.
Fighting and winning requires Army NCOs to have respect for our history and tradition, commitment to the highest standards of individual and collective excellence.
Officers of my unit will have maximum time to accomplish their duties. They will not have to accomplish mine.
I will earn the respect and confidence as well as that of my soldiers.
issue by taking appropriate actions in the absence of orders.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commandant of the 10th Mountain Division Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, Command Sergeant Major Jeffrey L. Mumbleberger.
Honorable Mr. Keating, Command Sergeant Major Merritt, other distinguished guests, commanders, Command Sergeant Major, family and friends. Good morning and welcome to the Warrior Leaders Course Graduation 214. I'd like to thank you all for coming this morning and showing your support for your non-commissioned officers. I also would like to give special thanks to the 10th Mountain Band. Your presence here adds additional pageantry and complements the prestige of this event. This morning, it's my distinct honor to introduce our guest speaker. He enlisted in the United States Army in June of 1990. He completed one-stop unit training at Fort Benning, Georgia. Is a graduate of primary, basic, and advanced non-commissioned officers courses, the Battle Staff NCO course, Air Assault, Jungle Warfare course, First Sergeant course, and the United States Army Sergeant Major Academy. He served in a variety of leadership and staff positions throughout his career. He served in numerous leadership positions ranging from team leader, squad leader, platoon sergeant, first sergeant, operations sergeant major, presently the command sergeant major for Task Force 1 Rear Provisional, 3rd Brigade Combat Team Rear Provisional. His numerous other awards and accolades, you can read about them in his bio located in the programs. Please join me now in a warm welcome for our guest speaker, Task Force 1 Command Sergeant Major Roy Holmes.
Sergeant Majors, Commanders, friends, and family. Good morning and welcome to Warrior Leader Course Class 02-14 graduation. I would like to thank you all for coming this morning and showing your support for your non-commissioned officers. I would also like to give special thanks to the 10th Mountain Band. Your presence here brings added pageantry and compliments and prestige to this event. I would like to congratulate all the students from WLC Class 02-14 for completing the first stage of the non-commissioned officer course education system, and to the cadre of the NCO Academy for training tomorrow's leaders. In completing this course, you have laid the foundation for your journey as an NCO. As you continue to progress through the non-commissioned officer ranks, you will build upon this foundation through your experience, civilian education, military education, and subsequent NCOES courses. Used properly, these tools will enable you to provide the leadership required to accomplish your mission and to ensure the health and welfare of your soldiers. As a sergeant in the United States Army, you are now the first-line supervisor of America's most prized possessions, her sons and daughters. When your soldiers wake up in the morning, you will be the first leader they see as they begin the duty day. You will set the tone for the duty day by leading your soldiers in physical training, challenging them to become the most physically fit soldiers ever to step on the battlefield. As leaders, you will plan, resource, and execute tough, realistic training that enables your unit to accomplish its core mission, to close with and destroy the enemy. As a sergeant, you are the first line of defense in protecting your soldiers from not only our enemies on the battlefield, but the hazards of life in general. Train your soldiers to make good decisions on a daily basis and uphold the Army values and to conduct themselves in a professional manner at all times. Each day is an opportunity to teach, coach, and mentor your soldiers. Teach your soldiers to be technically and tactically proficient. Coach your soldiers through life's challenges based on your experiences in order to assist them in making the best career choices for them and their family. Become a mentor to your subordinates through your actions. Lead from the front. Uphold the Army values. And be professional in all that you do. Soldiers will pattern themselves after leaders they have identified throughout their career. Be the leader that encourages their soldiers to be disciplined, motivated, and dedicated to representing our Army honorably. Our soldiers face an uncertain future. What will the Army look like in the next 5 to 10 years? What new enemies will emerge as threats to our way of life? Regardless of what enemies emerge and how the Army transforms, our soldiers can be assured that their first-line supervisors, you sergeants, will train them to defeat America's enemies, mentor and educate them to be successful as the Army transforms, and continue to be the tip of the spear of the world's most lethal fighting force, the United States Army. With your shield on it, climb glory.
At this time, the Division Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Richard Merritt, will take his position on the stage. You may move about to take pictures. We ask that all refrain from yelling and shouting as the ceremony is being filmed. Here before you are the graduates of Warrior Leader Course Class 02-14. 112 students began this course on 4 November 2013. 102 are graduating today. During the past 22 days of training, certain individuals have distinguished themselves from among their peers. These soldiers displayed exceptional skills in leadership and motivation throughout the course and were recommended by both peers and instructors for honors. The Distinguished Honor Graduate is chosen for their outstanding academic accomplishment while maintaining the highest grade point average throughout the course. This individual will receive an Army Achievement Medal, an Eagle Statue presented by USAA, a graduation diploma, 1 year free membership from the Association of the United States Army, a portfolio from Pioneer Services, a a complimentary one-night stay on behalf of the Comfort Inn in Watertown, a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant, and finally, the Commandant's Point of Excellence. The Distinguished Honor Graduate for Class 02-14 is Sergeant Jackson D. White, Alpha Company, 2nd Battalion, 14th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. The Sergeant First Class Jared C. Monty Leadership Award recipient is nominated by peers and selected by senior cadre for displaying exceptional decision-making skills during the situational board competition. The selected individual will receive a graduation diploma, a plaque presented on behalf of the Northern New York and Fort Drum chapter of AUSA, a padfolio from Pioneer Services, a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant, and finally the Commandant Point of Excellence. The Sergeant First Class Jared C. Monty Leadership Award recipient for Class 02-14 is Sergeant Esteban J. Gonzalez, Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 87th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. The Commandant's inspection is conducted by senior cadre to help soldiers better understand the importance of attention to detail. This process enables soldiers to become more proficient at conducting pre-combat inspections and pre-combat checks. Senior cadre inspects each soldier in their Class A or Army Service uniform, and the winner is chosen by the Commandant. The winner will receive a graduation diploma, an Eagle statue presented by the NCO Academy, a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant, a padfolio from Pioneer Services, and the Commandant's Point of Excellence. The Commandant's inspection recipient for Class 02-14 is Sergeant Caleb W. Walters, Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 87th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. The Iron Warrior Award is presented to the most physically fit soldier in the class. This student displayed outstanding physical strength, stamina, and muscular endurance during the Iron Warrior Physical Fitness event. The winner will receive a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant, a graduation diploma, a padfolio from Pioneer Services, and the Commandant's Point of Excellence. The Iron Warrior recipient for Class 02-14 is Sergeant Robert J. Clues, Bravo Company, 2nd Battalion, 14th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Clues is also on the Commandant's list. The Commandant's list recognizes the top 20% of students who have maintained the highest academic averages, received first-time goes on all written examinations and performance evaluations, displayed superior leadership traits, and a strong desire to excel as a non-commissioned officer. Each student selected to the Commandant's list will receive a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant of the NCO Academy. We ask that you hold your applause until all names have been called. The following soldiers were selected to the Commandant's list: Sergeant Zachary C. Brown, HHC, 187 Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Luis F. Granados, Bravo Battery, 215 Field Artillery, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Specialist Aaron J. Avon, HHC, 132nd Infantry Regiment, 3rd Brigade Combat Team. Specialist Gregory I. Tanatango, HHB, 215 Field Artillery, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Specialist David M. P. Dwight, HHC, 187 Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Joshua A. Motry, Bravo Company, 1st BSTB, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Corporal Casey D. Brock, Charlie Company, 1st BSTB, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Specialist Nicholas G. DeRosset, Alpha Battery, 215 Field Artillery, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Corporal Mark N. Myers Jr., HHC, 222nd Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Jeremy T. Mates, 693rd Engineer Company, 7th Engineer Battalion, 10th Sustainment Brigade. Sergeant Jonathan Aguilar, Alpha Company, 214th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Specialist Nellie L. Gonzalez, Alpha Company, 277th ASB, 10th Combat Aviation Brigade. Specialist Patrick A. Shevis, Headquarters Support Company, HHDN. Sergeant Bryce M. Wood, Headquarters and Headquarters Troop, 171 Cavalry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Specialist LaRon A. Wilson Angel, Echo Company, 10th BSB, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Rene G. Garcia, HHC, 222nd Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Dustin J. Behrens, Charlie Company, 27th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Behrens also served as a student first sergeant throughout the course. Specialist Nicholas A. Evanson, Delta Troop, 66th Cavalry Regiment, 10th Combat Aviation Brigade. Please join me in a round of applause for Class 02-14 Commandant's List of. The following soldiers will receive a graduation diploma. We ask that you please hold your applause until all names have been read. The following soldiers are assigned to 1st Brigade Combat Team. From 1st Battalion, 87th Infantry Regiment, Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Sergeant Marshall S. Trexler. From Charlie Company, Specialist Jose C. Saavedra. From 2nd Brigade Special Troops Battalion, Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Specialist Anthony J. Mendoza. The following soldiers are assigned to 3rd Brigade Combat Team. From Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Sergeant Benjamin J. Cornish. From 7th 10th Brigade Support Battalion, Alpha Company, Specialist Demontre A. McKelvey. From 2nd Battalion, 87th Infantry Regiment, Delta Company, Corporal Sean J. Lane. The following soldiers are assigned to 10th Combat Aviation Brigade. From 277th Aviation Support Battalion, Headquarters Support Company, Specialist Alexander T. Bay. Specialist Hong Wen. From Alpha Company, Specialist Joel A. Rivera Nieves. Specialist Daniel M. Luambi. From 6th Squadron, 6th Cavalry Regiment, Headquarters Support Troop, Specialist Justin M. Edwards. Specialist Shannon I. Anderson. Streamers are awarded by the Commandant in recognition of a display of excellence that is a result of a group effort. The leadership, training, and warfighting exam streamers are awarded to the platoon with the highest grade point average for the examinations. For Class 02-14, 3rd Platoon Spartans received the leadership exam streamer with a GPA of 94.1% and the training exam streamer with a GPA of 96.4%. 1st Platoon Warriors received the warfighting exam streamer with a GPA of 92.4%. The top squad streamer is awarded to the squad who collectively achieved the highest level of excellence in the areas of academics, teamwork, discipline, and overall performance throughout the course. The top squad streamer for Class 02-14 was awarded to 3rd Platoon Spartans. The individuals representing 2nd Squad will receive a certificate of achievement signed by the Commandant of the NCO Academy.
Class, attention! Decree to the non-commissioned officer.
Decree to the non-commissioned officer. No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize that I am a member of a time-honored corps, which is known as the backbone of the Army. I am proud of the Corps of non-commissioned officers, and will at all times conduct myself so as to bring credit upon the Corps, the military service, and my country, regardless
The distinguished honor graduate, on behalf of the 10th Mountain Division Non-Commissioned Officers Academy and Class 02-14, will present Sergeant Major Holmes with a certificate of appreciation. And thanks for sharing his thoughts and wisdom with us today.
Sergeant Major, on behalf of Class 02-14, we'd like to present you with this token of our appreciation for your words of wisdom at our graduation today.
Please stand and join us in the singing of the Division and Army songs. Words of both the Division and Army songs are in the back of your program.
Infantry, with a glorious history, our own to feed, our foes we'll defeat. Like fighters marching on to victory, we go where others dare not go. In the heat or cold of snow, we are proud to be in the army of the free. Climb to glory, mounted infantry. Climb to glory, the light infantry. March along, sing a song, we're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First we fight for the right, and we build a nation's flag, and the army comes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army comes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Left, face.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of WLC Class 02-14.
Off on the right, call them right. Stand fast. Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Thank you.